When you consider a Java program, it can be identified as a collection of objects that communicate with each other's methods. Now let's try to briefly look into what is a class, an object, a method, and instance variables. Basically, an object have states and behaviors. Example, a person. Okay, a person has a state. It could be his creed, his eye color, his hair color, his height, weight. Okay, so when we try to look at it, an object basically is an attribute of a person. Okay, if we're going to translate it into a person. Next is our class. Okay. Now, a class can be defined as a template or blueprint that describes the behavior, state, and object of its type supports. Methods is basically a behavior. A class can contain many methods. So, in looking at our main.java, so we have here our class. This is our class name, and this is our method. So we have our main method. We'll try to look at our main method and explain it a little bit clearer on what does this do. Okay. And of course, last we have our instance variable. Each object has its unique set of instance variable. An object state is created by the values assigned to this instance variable. Now let's first try to look at our Java program. Okay, so this is actually our very first Java program. Although as you've been following my blog previously, you have already seen that we have already created a Java application. Now let's try to put a comment. Okay, so we already have done the comment here. So this is a multi-line comment. And let's say we wanted to create a single line comment, we can do so by doing something like print hello world. Okay. Now, in IntelliJ or using IntelliJ, what we can basically do is we can just first click build, then build project. Okay. So this will actually check if everything is correctly written, syntactically correct. Okay. Then next, of course, we can just click run. Then we have here run.main. Okay, so we have our output here, hello world. We tried to, because this is what we have written here, hello world. Okay, so that's how you would normally compile or build and compile or build and run in a Java project using IntelliJ. Now, some of the basic syntax of a Java program, of course, is that it's, as you've noticed, it's case sensitive. When you talk about syntax structure, okay, Java is a case sensitive application. So what do we mean by that? So basically, if we're going to write something here, int age, okay, as you've noticed, I've written age in capital letters, the letter A is in capital letters, and int age, and the other one is in small letters. So basically, they're not the same. Okay, they're not the same in Java. So Java is a case sensitive, which means identifier, as what I've shown you, age, capital letter A, age, and small letter age would have different meanings in Java, so they're not the same. Next is our class name. What I'm currently trying to show you is the basic structure of a Java application. Then next is we have our class name. For all class names, the first letter should be in uppercase. So if we're trying to write a class in Java, it should always start in a capital letter. Okay. If several words are used to form a name, so what do you mean by that? Several words are used to form a name. So let's say, for example, we're going to write something like okay, let's try to create another class. Okay, we have your new Java class. Let's try to call this one as personal profile. Okay, let's try to add. Okay. Now, as you've noticed, automatically what it should be written like, not actually automatically, but it should be written something like this. Personal profile. Okay. So, it should be written like this. So, the personal profile, the first letter is in capital letter, much like what we have here, mean. And the second letter, since this is a multi-word class, uh, this the word profile is also written in capital letter. Okay. Next, of course, is our method's name. Okay, so let's say try to do something like public. Let's call this one as first name. Public void. Okay. Now, all method names should start with a lowercase. Okay, it should start with a lowercase. And if there are several words, or if there's more than one word to a method name, the inner word should be in capital letter. So just like what we have here. So the upper word is in capital letters. Okay. While on the other hand, the first letter is in lowercase, or is in small letters. Then, of course, we have our program file name. The name of the program file should exactly match the class name. So as you've noticed, when I wrote down my file name, it automatically translated to its class name. So whatever file name we have written should also be the same as our class name. That's how it is in Java. Okay, when saving the file, you should save it using the class name. Remember, Java is case sensitive, so we should always remember that Java is case sensitive. But take note also that you don't have to make it into a public class present in the file. Then file name can be different than class name. Okay, it is also not mandatory to have a public class in the file. Okay, then last, of course, is, as you've noticed, we don't have our public static void main method on our personal profile.java class. Okay, let's try to go back to our main Java. Okay, we have here what we call as public static void main string args. Okay, this is where the Java program starts processing. This is the main method. Okay, this is actually mandatory to all of the Java program. So this is our entry point for our Java application. So this particular tutorial, by the way, is first of hopefully many Java tutorials that I'll be showing you guys. So as what I've said in my previous vlog or my previous post, I'm not that familiar yet with Java. This is actually the first time that I have talked about or tried to study Java. Although I wanted to learn Java, so but this I'll try to study it along with you guys. Okay, so thank you very much for subscribing to my blog, and if you find the content of this vlog useful, please don't hesitate to subscribe. And thank you very much, and have a good day.